In this video, I'm going to show you one concept that I recently used and increased the sales for one of my clients, which is a winery, by 110% in just 1 week. And this is one concept that I believe 100% of businesses out there can use to increase their sales, to increase their revenue. But I also know that majority of businesses are not using it. And after watching this video, you'll be one of those businesses that is using this concept and as a result getting more sales and making more money. So watch this video all the way to the end because this concept is going to take your business to a whole new level. But first, if you're here for the very first time, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. This way, anytime I release a new sales, marketing, or business video, you'll get a notification and you'll be the first one to watch that video. And the more you will learn, the more videos you will watch, the more lessons you will apply to your business, the more money you're going to make. So make sure to subscribe, and while you're doing that, give me a like, share that video, write me a comment, because that helps me too, and for that, I thank you in advance. So with that, let's get going. And this is one mistake, like I said, most people make. Most people, when they talk about the product they're selling, the service they're offering, they're talking about how great their product is. They're talking about all the features of the product. But no one's talking about what the benefits of that product are to the end user. And that makes a massive difference. Think about BMW. If BMW comes here and says, we have this amazing car. We spent 10 years building this car. We had like 500 different designers designing different parts of the car. We built 50 different machineries to create this car. You should buy it. You're like, I don't know, and I don't care. But if they were to come here and say, this car can go 0 to 60 in 30 seconds. This car, in the crash test, this was one of the best cars. That means anybody who's in this car will survive. You can take this on a mountain. You can sleep in this car. If they start giving you all these benefits, now you can see why this car would be a great car for you and your family. And that is really what you need to do. You need to sell. You need to make your customers understand why this product is great choice for them. Do this exercise today. Go through some magazines, go through some TV commercials. And one of the things you're going to see is you're not going to just see the features of the product or the benefits of the product. You will see people experiencing those benefits. And that is really what it is. When your customer looks at your product, they're reading about it, they should be immersed into it. They should feel like they're already there, they're already enjoying the benefits. Take example of cars, right? So if there is an ad, somebody's sitting behind the wheel, and that car turns into an airplane and takes off and they're going through the clouds. Now they could have just talked about like, oh, if you get this car, you're like a plane, you can fly through the cloud. There's a disconnect. If you cannot visualize it, you can't connect to it. But the minute you visualize it, you see that this car is like a plane, they're flying these beautiful clouds everywhere. You feel that's the feeling I want when I get a car. You see someone with the home accessories, right? Somebody has a new juicer or something. Mom's making a juice and all the children are running around and laughing and they're happy. What are they saying? This juicer brings happiness to your family. You're gonna have healthy, happy kids because you're giving them healthy meal. Now they could have had a spokesperson saying, oh, if you have like 1 glass of juice every day to your kids are gonna feel good. That's still a benefit, but your customer can't really experience it. So remember these two concepts, they're very important. First is instead of focusing on your product, focus on how that product can be a good thing for your customer. Educate them about your product, educate them how they can benefit, how their life can get better from using this product. And the second thing is, don't just tell them, have them experience it, have them look at it. I'm sure this another thing you see these days, you go to the mall and they have these cars parked inside the malls. Why the hell do they park a car inside the mall? Why do they give you a test drive for a car? For the same reason. You want your prospective customers to experience it, to touch it, to feel it, to have an emotional connection, an emotional reaction to it. And if you can give them this, you're always going to get a sale. Because you're going to create a connection with them, you're going to create a relationship with them, you're going to give them the experience, and that experience is what's going to make them buy. Now, if you're not selling a car, if you're an online marketer, this means when you use headlines, when you use images, when you use your stories, when you use the color scheme, it should all give your person an experience. They should be immersed in that world. They shouldn't feel a disconnect where they're listening to you. They should be transported in that world. And if you can transport them in that world, you bet your ass your sales are going to go up. Any person who's immersed in is not going to leave without making that purchase. And I want to say one more thing, that most marketing usually happens on two levels. Either it's like on a product level or a personality level. And what I mean by that is, so like my branding would be personality-based branding, right? This is Magic Leon, he's a business expert, it gives you sales, business advice. So this is, I am the product, versus if it's a BMW car, the car is the product. We don't even know who makes it. We don't know who the CEO of that company is. So whether you're doing a personality-based, like which I'm doing right now, I'm still giving you a benefit. If you think about the opener, it was like, I'm going to tell you a concept that's going to increase your sales. It wasn't like, guys, I'm so amazing, I increased their sales by 110%, I rock, right? So it's not about me, it's about what I'm giving you whatever I'm telling has to benefit you. And if you have a product, it's the same thing, you talk about that product, and then you say how that product can help them. You keep this in mind, your business is going to grow, your sales are going to go up, your customers are going to feel connected, and as a result, your business is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. So as I was telling you, I was working with this winery and we did a campaign for them. They hired us to help them increase their sales. And so we looked at their marketing campaign. Now, I don't know if you have ever looked at the marketing of wineries. Most wineries are always talking about where they're located, what kind of weather they have, where they get their grapes from, how many barrels they have, where do they stock all their barrels. Now, all of this information really is irrelevant to most people. Unless you're a wine enthusiast and you're someone who lives in that area, you just don't care where their winery is, where they store, because most people, they go to a store to buy a bottle of wine. And if those are the people you want to reach out to, telling them about the tenants you have in your wine really doesn't help. These people, these are normal people. These are not wine fanatics. So they don't even know anything about wine. They just know there are all these different kind of wine, and I'm supposed to drink a white wine or a red wine or a sweet wine or a harsh wine. That's the most they know. So if you want them to become your audience, if you want them to get more involved into drinking wine, you need to educate them and you need to tell them what kind of wines they should get, when and how. And this is what we did for their campaign. We basically created a campaign where we taught people what wines from these wineries were, what kind of food they can pair them with. If they want to gift it to someone, which wine bottle would be a great gift and why that would make a great gift, and what occasions they can drink different kind of wine. So now these people had knowledge about wine. They knew they could impress other people with their wine knowledge that we were giving them. At the same time, we were telling them which wine bottles to get for what evening, what occasion, what food, and we gave them a discount coupon with that to use just that week. And that one thing increased the sale by 110% just that week. And the funny thing is, when we were planning this campaign, they were all, you could have seen on their faces, they were all like, we have a wrong person, I don't think this is the right approach. They were really fighting us, saying, no, we don't need to do this, they don't care about that. And we assured them that let us just do this and let's see what happens. And it's funny, the day the results for the campaign came in, they were sitting and they were talking about like, how can we increase our production? Should we increase the pricing? Because in the wine business, they only have limited number of wines they produce. And now they're thinking, oh, we can sell so much so quickly. That means we need more wine, and maybe we can increase the pricing. And we were laughing and we were like, no, slow down, get used to this first, and then gradually we can build your business. And that is the power. When you connect with your audience, you're going to get massive sales, and you might actually run into the problem of having less product to sell than your customers want. So keep this concept in mind and make sure to use it every single time. And if you're thinking there's that discount coupon that increased the sale for the wine, that is not it. The thing is, we created a connection between the user and the product. This connection was missing. And the minute we created that connection, people were willing to buy. So start applying this to your business right away and just watch the magic happen. Hope this helps. Talk to you soon.